Hello everyone. In this video we will talk about how about changing the history of the commits in Git. So we will learn how to change last commit, change multiple commit messages at the same time, how to reorder commits, how to squash commits, split commits, and delete them. If you just starting with Git, firstly, better check my another video with the Git basics where you will learn all the necessary command that you will need to work with Git. But if you already started to work, I'm sure that there was a situation where you needed to adjust your commit and change some commit messages, change some details, and etc. Fixed an error. And in this video, I will show you in details. I will teach you useful commands which will help you to adjust the Git history easy and fast. Before I will teach you this, I would like you to remember a very important rule. If you have a great deal of freedom to rewrite your history locally, but when you push the work to some remote server, specifically if you're working with some other collaborators, it is a totally different story. And you should consider pushed work as the final, unless there is the very good reasons to change it. So everything that we will learn now, better to use just in cases if you still have these commits locally and you did not push it to the remote server yet. Of course, you can use them for the remote server too, but it will bring the complication while you will work with other collaborators and complications for them. So the first thing that we will learn is how to change the last commit. If you checked my video with Git Basics, you probably know this command already, but let me show it here again. So for example, I'm having this project. It's called Git History. I prepared something for this introduction already. And if I would just run git log, I will see some of the latest commits that I have. And one of them is this one, subtract function. So if I will open this project in PyCharm, if you will see that this is what I'm working on. And you see I made some mistake with the spacing. I needed to add one more space and I needed to add space here. It's just a code style for Python, so you don't need to know that now. But this is just a small things that I needed to change. And I don't want them to be as the part of the separate commit. I want them to be as the part of the previous commit because it's just a small corrections that I forgot to add to the last commit. So what can I do to change this last commit? I need to run firstly I need to run this command git commit amend and then a -a because I want to stage and commit them at the same time. Then -m is for my commit message, and I will write that I added a subtract function. So, and that's all. Oh, sorry, two quotation. Let me just fix it. So as you can see, I added this commit, and if we will check the log again, so we see that it's just only one. So I replaced the previous commit with this one. So with this command, you can change your last commit message or even add or remove some parts from your previous commit. So this command replaces last commit with our new improved commit. So you need to be careful with this command as it also changes the SHA, which is this part of the commit. So try not to amend your last commit if you already pushed it. So as again, to avoid complications for your collaborators. So for example, yeah, you can see it's already, everything is fine. But then I decided that I would like just to add here, for example, just one more space I needed to add. And I don't need to change my message. I just want to add this part. So I can use the next command, which will be git commit amend, because I want to rewrite my previous commit. Then -a, because I want to stage all the changes that I done at the same time. And then like that, no edit. So it means that it will not change the message, it will just add this extra space that I added in my work to this commit. So you see that the message, it was the same as we have here as our previous message. So I don't need to write the message again if the message is already there. So this is the first way how to change last commit. But what if you want to change not last commit but few previous commits? Let me clear the history and show you. So there is a possibility in Git to change multiple commit messages at the same time, or to change the commit message that was like 3 commits before or 4 commits before, and etc. To modify commit that is further back in your history, we will use the rebase tool. To rebase a series of commit onto the head that they were originally based on, instead of moving them to another one. So if you don't know what rebase is, you can check my previous video to get more information about the rebase and merge and difference between them. I will leave a link. With this interactive rebase tool, we can stop after each commit we want to modify, and the message add files, do all the changes that we would like to do to this commit, and run rebase interactively, and we will indicate how far back we want to rewrite commits by telling the command which commit to race onto. So for example, I will show you, I want to change last 3 commits. So for that I need to run git rebase -i, then head, and then I'll show the number of the commits I would like to return. So for me it's 3, it could be 4, 5, 10, as many as you want. So for me it's 3. Remember that this is the rebasing command, and every commit from after this one will be rewritten. So don't do rebasing command if you pushed your changes already, or if it's like too many things that you would like to change. Don't use this, because you will have conflicts. So let's run the command and check what is showing for us. So we run the command and it's showing for us 3 different commits that we would like to change. So this is our latest one, add the subtract function. This is previous one, and this is the third one. So we want to change, for example, this and this, and this one we want to leave as it is. So what we need to do? Here is the interactive editor in Git. We need to press, if you on Mac, press on the right mod, press S and do the changes. So instead of pick, we will need to write to the script edit, because we want to change something in this commit. And for example, this one too, and this one we don't want to change, so we will just leave it as a pick. After that, what we need to do, we need to save the changes. So firstly we will run escape, and then we will run Shift Z, and we saved our changes. And now, as you can see, we stopped at this commit, which is added multiple function, and we can do the changes that we want to do here. So for example, if I would open my PyCharm, I will see that this is the changes. So here, instead of multiply, I want to add something. Instead of C, I want to have it as a D, for example. So I will just change it. Then what I'll do, I will run git commit amend -a and no edit, because I don't want to change the commit message. I just want to add these changes. So we added this, and after that we can continue. So we write git rebase continue. Then it will stop on the next one that we wanted to change. As you remember, we marked 2 commits that we wanted to edit. As we will return here again, and you will see like what we wanted to change in this one. Let's not change nothing. We can just continue. So we will write git rebase continue. And we have the conflict, and we need to fix this conflict. Just because we change here D to C, and now we have a conflict between 2 commits. So we need to fix it. For our case, D is what is needed, as we just changed it. So we will just leave it D, and we will commit our we will remove all not needed part, and we will commit our changes. So firstly, we will add our script py, and then we will commit fixed the conflict. So we added the changes, and then we do git rebase again and continue. So we successfully rebased and updated our master. So if we will check the logs, you will see that we have our new commit, because we did fix the conflict while working, and we have all the information changed. So we just changed like 2 commits before that, we changed this part. So this is the result. So you can change as many commits as you want. Let's go to the next one. It's how to reorder the commits. So we will use the same tool with the git rebase. We will try to reorder last 4 commits. So what we can do, again, press S, and then we will just change the order of the commits. So for example, we will clear this one. Oops, sorry. We wanted this one to be before these added passwords. So we will just put it here. And then we will run escape and shift and Z. So successfully rebased and updated. So if we will check the logs, we will see that the fixed conflict now is after the added password, as we wanted it to be. So you can reorder commits as many as you want. So next thing is squashing commit. So in the similar way, we can squash a few commits in one. For that, in our script, we need to write what commits we want to squash, and instead of pick, use squash. So how to do that? Let's just run rebase again. So we open this commit, and we will just write for this one squash because we want to squash this commit with the previous one. So let's just save it. As you can see, this is the combination of the two commits. So with add multiple function and fixed the conflict. So we need to choose which commit message we would like to use. So we will use just add multiple function, and this one we will delete. So we will do it like that. This part is we don't need. We need just this one. Then we will save our changes, and we would have, if we will check the log, we will see that we have just 3 commits, and these commits, when we fixed conflicts, is not here anymore because it's squashed with this one. We have it as the one commit. All the changes is here. The next thing is, for example, you want to split one commit to 2 or more. So we can do it using the same mechanism. So first, let's modulate the situation. So let's add something more here. So for example, we will add a few more, like add floor division here, and for example, add POW, for example, and so we added these two functions, and let's just commit them. So git commit -a, because we want to add everything that we just modified, and then -m added functions. So we have it. If we will check the log, you see that we have it here. So we wanted to change this function and divide it to the 2 commits instead of 1. So for that, we can use the same mechanism with the rebase. So for us, just the last two is enough, because we want to change the last one, added function. So what we need to do, we need to write here edit instead of pick, then save the changes, and we are here. So how to divide it? So firstly, we need to reset our changes, and for that we will use the command now git reset. As you know already, just to explain, git reminds us to that commit that we wanted to change. So as you can see, here is described that it's stopped now in added function, so we can do the changes with this specific commit. So let's just reset. So we will do git reset head, and it will reset all our changes. And we have the changes. If we will run git status, we will see that we have the unstaged changes in the script py. So what we will do, we will like remove this part. I will Ctrl+C it for myself, and we'll just save this part for now as the first commit. So I will just do git commit -a -m, and I will write added floor division function. After that, what I will do, I will add this part and save it also separately. So I will write, I will do the commit, but instead of floor division, I will add a powder function. And save. After that, I will run git rebase and continue. And we successfully rebased, and if we will check the log, we will see that instead of this one, we have 2 separate commits with the different information. So It's easy to split. You can split not just the latest one, but even the previous ones. So the next thing that we will learn is how to delete commit. So delete commit, we can just remove it from the script, or we can write drop near the commit we want to delete. So because of the way Git builds commit objects, deleting a commit will cause the rewriting of all of the commits that follow it. So the further back we go in the history, the more commits we will need to be recreated. So this can cause a lot of merge conflicts. So try not to delete the commits from like a long history, but for example, let's delete some commit. So for that we again need to use our rebase possibility. So we open these 4 commits, and for example we want to delete this one with the multiply function. So what we can do, we can either write here instead of pick drop, or we can just remove it from the script itself. So let me delete this one and this one too. So we will delete 2 commits for now. I hope that there will not give me more problems. So there is 2 ways. You can just remove it like that, or you could just write drop. So we will press escape, and then we will save it. And we see that there is the merge conflicts that we need to resolve. As I told, the deleting is always giving us some conflicts. So what is the conflict? Let's just fix it. So this everything has to be removed. So let's just continue. Let's just mark them as the resolve. So we will just git add. And then let's just continue. So git rebase continue, and we successfully rebased our project. So if we will check the git log, you will see that multiply floor division is also missing. So we deleted everything. We deleted these 2 commits. The last one that I will explain, it's a big one. It's this command you can use if you want to change the history of all of your commits. So for example, you have added a file with the password by mistake and you want to delete it from all of the history before publishing. So for that we can use, so you see we have this password txt here, and here is some secret passwords that we don't want to push. So, and we want to be sure that they are removed from all of the history of all of the commits. So for that we can use the next command, git filter branch, then tree filter. Then we will write the command that we want to do. We want to rm forcefully remove our password from everywhere. Password, I have password txt, and then we will write head. So this command runs the specified command after each checkout of the project, and then recommits the result. So you see that it's rewritten the history, and we don't have a passwords file here anymore, and nowhere in history too. It's very dangerous command. Please don't use it if you don't need it. Just for you to know it, but better not to use it if it's not must. Especially if you pushed something remote. So this is all for this video. I hope it was useful for you, and in case if you would have any issues with the history and you wanted to change it, you can always use any of these commands and just quickly and easily do that. So thank you for your time. If you like this video, please leave your reaction to it, so I would know that you like it. If you have some questions, you can leave them in the comments, and for more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. So thank you for your time, and remember, knowledge is our superpower.